I've been feeling so stuck lately. Work has been crazy, you know? It feels like I'm just running in circles without actually getting anywhere.
Tell me about it, man. Same here. I thought by this age we'd have figured it all out. Careers, money, maybe even life. But here we are, hustling like we're still 20. I didn't imagine life would turn out like this.
Yeah, right? It's like, I'm working harder than ever, but I don't feel like I'm any closer to achieving what I want. Some days, I just want to pack my bags and move to some quiet hill station. You ever feel that way?
Oh man, more times than I can count. I dream about it often, actually. Like, what if we could just escape? You know, get away from the grind. Pauses. You ever wonder what you'd do if you became a millionaire? Just like, out of the blue, bam, you're a millionaire.
Oh, I've thought about that a lot. It's such a fun fantasy, isn't it? I definitely quit my job first thing in the morning. No 2 weeks notice, no nothing. Just wake up, send in my resignation email, and poof, I'm free.
Same here. I wouldn't even bother to open my laptop that day. I'd book a flight to some exotic destination right away. Bali, maybe, or Italy. Have you seen those beautiful coastal towns in Italy?
Amalfi Coast, right? I've seen pictures. Man, it looks stunning. That would be the life. Living by the sea, sipping coffee in a little cafe with the waves crashing in the background. No stress, no deadlines, just pure relaxation.
Exactly. I think I'd travel a lot too. I've always wanted to see the world, different cultures, different places. I'd start with Europe, go to all the major cities, then hit some of the smaller, less touristy towns. You know, just soak it all in.
That sounds amazing. I think I'd travel too, but I'd probably buy a house somewhere peaceful first. Like a nice cabin in the mountains, somewhere away from the noise, where I can just be with my thoughts. Imagine waking up to the sound of birds and the sight of misty mountains. Size, that's the dream.
Wow, yeah, that does sound pretty good. You've always been the mountain guy, haven't you? I'm more of a beach person. I'd buy a beach house. Something small, but right on the water. I could wake up, take a dip in the ocean, and just chill.
You know what? That's the beauty of being a millionaire. You wouldn't even have to choose. You could have both. A cabin in the mountains for when you need some peace, and a beach house for when you want to let loose.
Now you're talking. Why stop at 2? Maybe a penthouse in New York for when I want that city life, too. I've always thought it'd be cool to live in one of those fancy apartments with floor-to-ceiling windows. You could see the whole city from up there.
Ooh, New York. I love the idea of having that city vibe as an option. Just pop in for a weekend, catch a Broadway show, eat at some Michelin-starred restaurants, and then retreat to your mountain cabin when you've had enough of the hustle and bustle.
Exactly. We'd be living the dream. I think about it sometimes like, what would it feel like to not have to worry about money? To just wake up and not have that constant nagging feeling that you need to work, earn, save, and repeat?
It'd be freeing, man. I think the biggest change would be that sense of freedom. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of having nice things, but more than that, I crave the time. The freedom to do what I want when I want.
Yeah, time is the real luxury, isn't it? We spend so much of our lives trading time for money. It's like this never-ending cycle. If I were a millionaire, I think I'd invest in things that let me keep my time, you know? Like, sure, I want a nice house and cars, but I'd also invest in ways to make passive income so I don't have to go back to the grind.
That's smart. I think I'd do something similar. I'd want my money working for me. Maybe start a business, something that doesn't require me to be there 24/7. I've always had this dream of opening a cafe in the hills. A cozy little place where people can come, read, and relax. I wouldn't have to run it day to day, but it'd be nice to have that as a passion project.
A cafe? That sounds so you, man. You've always been into creating those quiet, cozy spaces. I can totally see it. A small, rustic cafe in the mountains with bookshelves everywhere, soft music playing in the background, and you sitting in a corner, reading or writing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of life I dream about. No pressure, no deadlines. Just simple, meaningful work that I actually enjoy. You know what else I'd do? I'd start learning new things. There's so much out there that I never have time for. Like, I've always wanted to learn how to play the guitar.
Oh man, I get that. I've always wanted to learn photography. Like, real photography. Not just snapping pictures on my phone. If I had the money and time, I'd take classes, travel to those picturesque places, and just spend my days capturing moments.
That's the beauty of being free, isn't it? You could finally pursue your passions. You wouldn't have to keep putting them off. We spend so much time chasing financial security that we forget about all the things we're actually passionate about.
So true. And I think if I were a millionaire, I wouldn't want to lose sight of what really matters. It's not just about having money to buy things, but having the time and freedom to explore what makes life rich, like relationships, experiences, personal growth.
Exactly. I think I'd try to give back too. Maybe set up a foundation, something to help kids with education. There's so much potential in this world, but not everyone has the resources to pursue their dreams. If I had the money, I'd want to help level the playing field a little.
That's awesome, man. I've always respected how you think about giving back. I think I'd do something similar. Maybe set up scholarships or programs for kids who can't afford college. Imagine being able to change someone's life with just a bit of financial help.
It's crazy, isn't it? How money can change so many things. But I guess it's not just about having money. It's about using it in a way that creates real impact. We see so many rich people who seem miserable because they're just hoarding wealth. I wouldn't want that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I think there's a balance, right? Like, sure, I'd enjoy the luxury, but I want to stay grounded. I'd still want to have a purpose, something meaningful to work towards, even if I didn't need the money anymore.
That's true. I think that's what would keep us sane. Purpose is so important. Without it, even millions of dollars won't make you happy. But knowing that you're doing something meaningful, something that aligns with who you are, that's what really matters.
You're right. It's funny how we always think money will solve all our problems. But deep down, it's not just about the money. It's about what we do with the freedom it gives us. The people we'd become if we didn't have to constantly worry about the next paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. It's more about who we'd become if we had that freedom. I think money would give us choices, but it wouldn't change who we are at the core. I've always believed that. The way you treat people, the way you value things, that's not something money can shift.
Totally. I think it would actually magnify who we are. Like, if someone's generous, they'd be more generous. And if someone's selfish, well, they'd probably become even more so. But we've both seen that wealth alone doesn't equal happiness. You've got to have purpose and a good heart.
Right. Look at all those celebrities and billionaires who seem miserable despite having everything. It's because they lose touch with what matters, relationships, growth, and sometimes even themselves. If I had millions, I'd still want to stay connected to the people and things that make life meaningful.
Same here. I wouldn't want the money to change me or the relationships I value. But I have to admit, it'd be nice to spoil my family a bit. I'd love to give my parents the kind of retirement they deserve. Make sure they're living comfortably without a worry in the world.
Yeah, definitely. I thought about that too. My parents have worked so hard their entire lives. I'd want to buy them a nice home and maybe send them on a world tour. They've given us so much, it would be amazing to finally give something back.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's not just about us. It's about the people around us. If we were millionaires, we'd be able to lift everyone up. Our families, our friends. That's the kind of thing that brings real joy.
Absolutely. And even if we don't become millionaires, we can still live meaningful lives. We've got to find joy in the little things, in the people we love, in the dreams we chase. Money or not, life's about making the most of what we have.
Well said, man. I think we spend so much time worrying about the future that we forget to appreciate the present. If we do get that big break someday, great. But if not, we still have a lot to be thankful for. And who knows? Maybe we'll get rich by pursuing the things we're passionate about.
Exactly. If we keep working towards something we love, the success will come in one way or another. But at the end of the day, we can't measure our lives by the size of our bank accounts. It's the memories, the relationships, and the experiences that truly count.
That's the spirit, man. So, millionaire or not, let's make a pact right now. No matter where life takes us, we stay true to ourselves and always find time for the things that matter.
Deal. And hey, who knows? Maybe one day we'll be having this conversation in your beach house or my mountain cabin. But until then, let's just enjoy the journey.
Agreed. Here's to the journey, man. Millionaire dreams or not, we've got a good life ahead of us.
Cheers to that.